Vile tumeona kinaendelea hapa Pwani, unity of purpose is something that we must emphasize as a party and repeat everywhere. Let me say this in English, so that our World Bank and IMF, who are the drivers of our government, should understand. Political parties all over the world exist to attain state power. Ama sivyo? There is no political party that exists to organize Christmas parties or hold birthday parties or go and climb Mount Kenya for fun. No. All political parties exist to seize state power. I want to thank the party leader, Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, and our chairperson, Gladys Wanga, na viongozi wote ambao wako hapa mbele. We have never left or departed from our vision to seize state power. That you must know. And one of the ways of seizing state power is to empower our people to know that the ballot is important in seizing state power. I hope that as we meet here today as branches of the party at the coast, we have discussed one thing. Are our people registered to vote? Because without registering to vote, we cannot seize state power. Ama sivyo? So one of the things that ODM has done right from the very beginning is to educate our people that voting, being a registered voter, is important, even if the vote is stolen subsequently, but you have the power to get there. Ama sivyo? So, as our leader goes to the AU, to hold a very important position in the AU, one of the things that the AU these days does is to educate Africans and defend Africans in forming government and defending themselves against foreign powers. We know for certain that African countries had made slaves of international financial organizations like the World Bank and IMF. I want to ask the World Bank and IMF, especially the IMF, why is it developing countries are the ones who pay higher interest rates when they borrow money from the IMF than the others? Why? International Monetary Fund is one of the principal agents for underdeveloping our countries. And we as ODM, who are there to defend the interests of our people, these are some of the things we must fight when we get into parliament, into county assemblies, into county governments, to educate our people how state power is important in promoting our interests. And we know that bodies like IMF and World Bank control our governments, giving them loans for which they pay higher interest than developed countries. So we are subsidizing other countries and realizing that we are being exploited by IMF, World Bank, and so on. So one of the reasons why we, as a national party like ODM, want to seize power is to liberate our people from this kind of exploitation. So when we meet in our branches like this, we should hold civic education to our people on why it is important to get into government using the vote. Are we together? How many people are together? That's why I'm so happy that branches of the party from the constituency and sub-counties are meeting here today. Bana Abdul Swamad, please. This is a very, very good, very good thing to do. Because it also gives us possibilities of talking to you like I'm doing now, so that we part some of the things that worry us as leaders. I'm sure that when our chairman, our party leader goes to the AU, he's going to fight some of these issues at the AU level. I am sure. And that is very important. That's a very important missionary work that he's taking over there to enlighten the rest of Africa about how the AU can be used to deliver us from this slavery. I'm sorry, I have a lot of things to say, but I just want to summarize a few things that are important as we gather here, because I'm not going to meet you again as I'm meeting you here today. So let me throw out my thoughts to you so that you can think about them. Is that okay? Yes. Finally, and very finally, you know, poverty is a major drawback in giving people dignity. Poverty. And yet, we are poor among plenty. Agricultural land, factories, and so on. And one of the things that Ugatuzi was created, or we fought for Ugatuzi, was to make sure, sabotage. Was to make sure that when wealth is created at the county level, the people enjoy it. And they use that wealth to develop themselves. So when my friend, my fellow governor, pointed out, in the Senate that money was being reduced by the national government going to the counties, this is something that all of us at the grassroots should fight for. Not just leave it to the senators or parliament. All of us at the grassroots must fight for, and know that it's something once the senators are talking about it, we also cry at the grassroots about it, because it affects us directly. Don't just leave it to our representatives. The party as a mobilizer, the party as a force to give people political power, must reflect some of these issues in parliament and let the people be conscious about it. Masivio. This is why holding party meetings at the grassroots level and talking about substantive issues like those ones that I've talked about, like reducing money to counties. Let the people themselves own it. As party leaders, let us empower the people with that knowledge so that they themselves own it and fight for it, not just leaving our representatives to do it. Are we together? How many people agree with me that we are going to do this? ODM! 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 Asante sana Mungu.